Hello everyone, educator Abhishek Vipul Thakkar here. In today's video lecture, I'll be explaining three philosophical concepts of the existentialist philosopher and the atheistic philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre. So let's get started. The first philosophical concept taught by Jean-Paul Sartre was freedom. Human beings are condemned to be free. Man is condemned to be free. Freedom is a fact. Freedom is a reality. Freedom is not a myth. Freedom is not a fiction concocted by human beings. Human beings are free. Freedom is an inseparable part of human beings. Freedom is an inseparable constituent of human beings. Human beings and freedom are interlinked. They are related. They have no separateness. They are not distinct from each other. There is no line of demarcation between human beings and freedom. Freedom is the essential constituent and essential ingredient of human beings. Jean-Paul Sartre transformed the way we look at the world. He completely changed the way we look at the cosmos, we look at the planets, we look at the celestial bodies. He completely diverged from the extant view of the world that prevailed at that time, which was essentialistic. Jean-Paul Sartre's view was existentialistic. Jean-Paul Sartre said that we all are condemned to be free, and freedom is not banal, it is not trivial, it is extremely important part of our lives, and it is also with freedom that responsibility comes. Freedom is not some fiction. It is not a figment of imagination. Freedom is reality. Freedom is not a myth. Freedom is not a myth concocted by some philosopher or some thinker. It is very much real. It is very much there, and we all are condemned to be free. The next important concept, the next significant concept of Jean-Paul Sartre is existentialism and humanism, which is one of his widely read philosophical works. So let's have a look at what these two terms basically mean in the worldview, according to the worldview of Jean-Paul Sartre. Jean-Paul Sartre believed that existence precedes essence. Existence comes before essence and not the other way around. He believed that he taught that human beings first come into existence. They first exist. They try to make sense of themselves, who they are, and they try to understand, they try to comprehend the world that is enveloping them, that is around them. They try to understand their vicinity. They try to comprehend what is going on around them, what is transpiring around them. So Jean-Paul Sartre did not believe that we have an essence to begin with. Jean-Paul Sartre was an atheistic philosopher, which means that he did not believe in the existence of God. He believed that there is no common human nature, because the common human nature arises from God, and because Sartre did not believe in a deity, in a divine authority, there is no common human nature which can be the source of absolute morality. We all are condemned to be free, and we are free to make our own choices. With freedom, with the existence of freedom, also comes the responsibility to make the right choices. Sartre did not believe in the existence of God. He believed that human beings are free. There is no God that is ruling their actions. There is no God that is guiding them. Human beings have the responsibility to make their choices. The essence does not come first. Existence comes first. In the case of a penknife, essence comes first. But in the case of human beings, existence comes first. Human beings first take birth into this universe, first take birth into this cosmos. They are first born, they exist, they try to make sense of what is happening within themselves, what is happening within their anatomy, within their body, what is transpiring, what is going on within themselves, what kind of processes, scientific processes are going on within themselves. And then they also try to make sense of what is going on around them. Who are all these people enveloping them? Who are all these people in the vicinity? Who are these animals? What are these plants? What is this flora? What is this fauna? So human beings do not have an essence to begin with. In the case of human beings, they have to exist first. Existentialism essentially means we all exist first and we are condemned to be free. That life itself has no inherent meaning. That life itself has no inherent meaning, but the one we decide to give through it, through our thoughts and through our actions. In the word existentialism, one might notice that the first 5 letters are EXIST. It essentially denotes, ironically, that one exists first, because the word itself starts with exist. So human beings exist first, and then they begin to ponder, they begin to contemplate, they begin to reckon about their essence. Now, Sartre's idea of humanism was very different from the generally accepted idea of humanism, the generally accepted definition of humanism, which placed human beings at the center of the world. The generally accepted definition of humanism placed human beings at the center of the world, while Sartre diverged from this opinion, diverged from the acceptance of this theory. He spurned this theory of humanism and he gave a new idea. He inserted a new outlook of his own into the theory of humanism. Sartre's humanism was very much different from the humanism that prevailed at that time. Humanism essentially favored human beings, that human beings are at the center. But Sartre's humanism denoted and connoted that human choice is at the center and not human beings. Sartre's humanism placed human choice at the center. It is at the center of the universe and not human beings. Sartre strongly asserted that man's future, that humanity's future, that both men and women's future lied in their own hands. It lied in their own hands. They were not puppets of some deity. They were not puppets, or they were not just some instruments of some divine will. Sartre believed that human beings concoct, they contrive, they create their own future. Their choices of actions create their future. He also quoted a philosopher by saying that man is the future of man. Human beings are the future of human beings, meaning that their choices, that their deeds, that their choices of actions, be it good or bad, those actions decide the future of humanity, whether it will elevate humanity or whether it will cripple the very foundations, whether it will cripple humanity's ideology, humanity's mindset, or humanity's foundations. Next comes the concept of existence precedes essence. Existence precedes essence, that is, existence comes before essence. This concept is inextricably linked to the concept and the theory of existentialism. Now we have to also understand that Sartre's existentialism was atheistic in nature. It was very much distinct. It was different. There is a clear line of demarcation between Soren Kierkegaard's existentialism, which had Christian roots in it, which had its roots in Christian philosophy, which was also called Christian existentialism, while Sartre's existentialism was atheistic in nature, that human beings do not have an essence to begin with. There is no common human nature because there is no God to conceive it, there is no God to create it, there is no creator, there is no merciful God in the universe out there, according to Jean-Paul Sartre. Humanity alone exists, objects simply are. According to Jean-Paul Sartre, we all are condemned to be free, and we have the power, we have the freedom. Freedom is power. In this context, freedom is power because freedom gives us the power, or freedom enables us to make our own choices. Humanity alone exists. Humans alone exist, while animals and plants, they occupy an intermediate position. Human beings have the freedom, and because they have freedom, they carry the weight of responsibility. Anyone who possesses freedom also carries the weight of responsibility on his or her own shoulders. Animals do not possess that kind of freedom which human beings do. Animals do have freedom, but animals do not have that sense of responsibility. For example, a human being might make a bad decision. He might commit an atrocious deed and he will have to be punished. There is a responsibility that comes with the existence of a human being, while with the existence of animals, that kind of responsibility does not come. Animals have no responsibility and they have limited freedom. They only make decisions pertaining to their survival. They do not make moral choices. Yes, there is some amount of love and affection that is also witnessed amongst animals, but according to Jean-Paul Sartre, animals do not have freedom or responsibility. Jean-Paul Sartre believed that human beings plus freedom plus existence equals to essence. Please remember this equation. Human beings plus freedom plus existence equals to essence. We do not begin with essence. Our existence does not begin with essence. Essence does not come first. Existence comes first. Man comes first into this universe. And then he tries to understand things, then he tries to comprehend the nature of things, the nature of reality, the nature of his or her own reality, and the nature of the things surrounding him, the nature of the things that lie in his vicinity or outside his vicinity. So we have to understand that if either of the terms in the equation that is human beings plus freedom plus existence equals to essence, if either of the terms are removed, human beings will not have any essence, or life perhaps may not even arise, because without existence life cannot arise, and without freedom and responsibility we cannot define our own essence. So first man is born, he tries to understand himself, he tries to understand his surroundings, he tries to make sense of things, and then he can define his essence. And as I have said earlier, as I have repeated earlier, that there is no common human nature. There is no common human nature because there is no God who is taking care of us in the universe. This is the worldview, this is the opinion of Jean-Paul Sartre, who was an atheistic philosopher. He did not believe that there is a loving God, there is a merciful God who is taking care of his creation. There is no God out there, and that's why we are all condemned to be free, and with this freedom comes the responsibility to make the right choices, to commit ourselves to actions. We have the freedom to make choices. So we have to understand that in case of penknife, essence comes first, but in case of human beings, existence comes first. So basically without God, basically without the existence of a divine authority or a divine figure, without the existence of a deity, a loving deity, there can be no essentialistic philosophy. And Sartre rejected the existence of God, and he firmly asserted, this is his fundamental concept that he repeated again and again, that existence precedes essence and not the other way around. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my today's video lecture on the 3 philosophical concepts of Jean-Paul Sartre. If you enjoyed today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, please do like it and share it with your friends, and do subscribe to my channel to receive more of such creative, enriching and value-adding content directly on your screen. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.